Hello everyone and welcome back to Beatles Beatles channel. Lovely to have you here. Thanks for joining me for this video and I hope you're all doing well. In today's video I'm going to be attempting the 2025 Beatles Tag, and this year's tag has been set by Patricia, who is a lovely lady from the States, first generation Beatles fan, and she's got her own channel which is called A Little Beatles Corner, and she has set the tag for this year. So please hop over to her channel, give her some love and give her a sub. And she does like a couple of videos every month, and she shows you what she's bought each month, and she's always got some interesting stuff to show, so definitely worth checking out her channel. I believe that she started A Little Beatles Corner during 2024, so she's a fairly new channel, but it's growing quite quickly. There will, as I say, there will be a link to her channel down in the description, so please go and give us some love. Okay, right, she has set the tag for 2025. She's set 15 questions, so let's get on with them. Question number one: what is your favourite Beatles holiday song? So I guess, you know, we've kind of got a choice of John and Yoko's Happy Christmas, War Is Over, Paul's Wonderful Christmas Time, George's Ding Dong Ding Dong, and then pretty much anything you like off of Ringo's I Want to Be Santa Claus album. The one that I've gone for is John and Yoko's Happy Christmas, War Is Over. I marginally prefer it to Paul's Wonderful Christmas Time. I think Wonderful Christmas Time is a great song, and it's a more of a kind of a jolly Christmas song, but this is a Christmas song with a message. It's about new beginnings, and the important part of the message, war is over if you want it. That massive campaign that John and Yoko did, war is over if you want it. If only that was true. But that is my pick for my favourite Beatles holiday song. Question number two: which is your favourite Beatles album cover from anywhere in the world? That was an easy one for me because it's always been this one, Rubber Soul, the UK Rubber Soul. Just love the imagery on this cover. It's 60s British mod era, which is an era that I really love. Love all the clothes and the music from that era. Really love John's suede jacket that he's wearing in that. I love the fact that the picture is slightly distorted, and the lettering here of the words Rubber Soul, that was designed by a guy called Charles Front, who grew up in the same town that I grew up in as well. He's also got a famous daughter, Rebecca Front, who's probably better known in the UK than anywhere else. She's like a comedy actress, probably best known in the UK for her part in working with Alan Partridge, Steve Coogan, in his Alan Partridge series. So Rubber Soul, that is my favourite album cover. Question number three: what is your favourite Beatles picture disc or coloured vinyl? So I've gone for Revolver. I'll get it out of the sleeve because you can't really see the benefit of it unless you see it naked. There's the hype sticker for it. This is the 2022 remix of Revolver on picture disc. Look at that. What a beauty. What an absolute beauty. So that is my pick for that one. That is my favourite Beatles picture disc. Question number four was: show your favourite Beatles single picture sleeve. Well, you know what? I don't really collect Beatles singles very much at all. We only really had two picture sleeves here in the UK, which was Strawberry Fields, Penny Lane and Let It Be. And when I first started collecting the Beatles, in 1976, they released all the singles in those sort of green green and black sort of, picture sleeves, which were very, very boring. But I only really bought the ones that I needed the B-sides for. So I wasn't really big on buying Beatles singles, unless I actually needed a song that was on them. And there was a few that were released then in 1970. Well, a few Beatles singles that had B-sides that weren't on album tracks that I needed to get when I first started, collecting the Beatles, or first got into the Beatles, and I only really bought those ones. Then in 1982, they decided to release each of the singles on the 20th anniversary of their original release dates, and I did collect a couple of those. I got about as far as Please Please Me, and then got bored with it and didn't bother buying any of the others. So that's the only one I've really got to show you. Much more into collecting the singles of the solo Beatles than the actual Beatles. If you ask me which was my favourite solo Beatles picture sleeve, it'll be that one, George's Blow Away. Blow Away, probably the happiest song in the entire world, but I've always loved that sleeve that goes with it. Question number 5 was rank the 3 latest Beatles songs. So in third place, I've gone for Real Love. Absolutely love it. In second place, I've gone for Now and Then. Let's just have a quick look, because I can't remember which one. I think I bought all the sort of the coloured vinyl ones. I don't know which one this is. It's it's that one. That is a beauty, isn't it? So that is Now and Then, number 2. But number 1 has got to be Free as a Bird. As a second generation Beatles fan, hearing this song played on the radio for the first time was a massive moment for me. Imagine, well, you probably don't need to imagine because you were probably there, but hearing a brand new Beatles song. So this is the first brand new Beatles song that I hear as a Beatles fan. I became a Beatles fan in 1976. This was the first brand new Beatles song. For that reason, this song means the most to me out of the three of them. I think it's a brilliant song. It had a brilliant video, and it was just so amazing to hear John's voice with the other 3 on the record as well. So that is my 1, 2, 3 order. Free as a Bird, Now and Then, Real Love. Love them all, and yes, they are all genuine Beatles singles. Question number 6 is show your most unusual Beatles related vinyl or CD. I'm going to show this. This is the John Lennon build around it from 1968, which was included in the Cube, which I was lucky enough to be given the Mind Games Cube by Mrs. Beatles Tone as a complete surprise. I had no idea I was getting it. And this is, I don't know if you can see that. I'm trying to get it without the ring light, but without the ring light you can't actually see what it looks like. But it is that, I mean, come on. That's going to take some beating as far as weirdness goes. It is a thing of absolute beauty. It includes the other side is blank, by the way, but it includes some of the hidden tracks that were hidden on the Mind Games box set. It's got the Mind Games and Meat City single edit, and it's got the Mellotron and guitar-y thing in it. It sounds absolutely amazing. It looks absolutely amazing, and I'm very, very happy to have this in my collection, and I hope you're getting a good view of that. So that is the most unusual thing, piece of vinyl I think that I've got in my collection. What is the next thing? show a Beatles single that had a better B-side. There's probably a few I could have picked for this. Maybe, Hello Goodbye with I Am the Walrus on the Battle. I Am the Walrus, better song. I think that This Boy is a better song than I Want to Hold Your Hand. But the one that I'm going to show is Get Back with Don't Let Me Down on the other side. Don't Let Me Down, infinitely a better track than Get Back for me. So that is my pick for that. Question number 8. Favourite Beatles song covered by another artist? Well, I've got this album here. It's called All This and World War II. Came out in 1976. It's a soundtrack from a very weird film, which is just basically it's footage from World War II with no narrative at all, but just being played over the top of various people doing Beatles covers. Very weird, some very weird ones as well. Bee Gees doing Golden Slumbers Carry That Weight. Leo Sayer doing I'm the Walrus. Brian Ferry, She's Leaving Home. Roy Wood, Lovely Rita. Keith Moon, When I'm 64. So it's some very strange ones on here. It's also got Rod Stewart doing Get Back. Jeff Lynne does Nowhere Man. I could go on. A lot of these cover versions are not very good, but most of them are better than that terrible Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band film soundtrack, the Robert Stigwood thing. But my pick for my favourite cover on here, it's that one there. It's Peter Gabriel. Peter Gabriel doing Strawberry Fields Forever. Really fantastic version he does on this album. Okay, so that is my favourite song covered by another artist. Show your favourite Beatles cover version. Well, I don't want to give too much away because one of my viewers has asked me to do a ranking of all the Beatles covers, which I'm gonna do at some point. But I'm gonna pick from this album, which is one of the US albums that I got this year from the Beatles' second album. You Really Got a Hold on Me, the Smokey Robinson song. I think the Beatles do a fantastic cover version of that on this album, and of course it's on With the Beatles, with brilliant harmonies by Paul and George. John sings lead vocal, but that I think is I'm not sure if it's my absolute favourite Beatles cover, but it's certainly up there. But I don't want to give too much away because I want to do my ranking video unrevealed, but that song is up there. Question number 10 was, what are the worst 3 songs that the Beatles ever wrote? Now, I wasn't sure whether Patricia was allowing songs that never got released, that the Beatles wrote that they never got released. They were so bad that they never got released. But I'm assuming that isn't what she means. I'm thinking that she means songs that actually came out either on albums or singles or B-sides or whatever, officially released songs. And I've watched a few people's videos doing this tag, 2 or 3 people's videos, and everyone seems to be picking songs from the White Album. What's the matter with you people? The White Album? Remember, the White Album is perfect in its imperfection. And I think that too many people had a little bit too much of the old Vino Calypso over Christmas before they picked songs from the White Album as the worst songs. But I think to do this question properly, you can't really cop out. So you can't go, for things that are, not proper songs. So you can't really go for, Revolution 9 or Wild Honey Pie or Dig It or Maggie May or something like that. You've got to go for a proper, complete song. So that's what I've done. So my first pick from With the Beatles, Hold Me Tight. Absolute stinker. Absolute stinker. Second one that I've gone for, Run for Your Life. Terrible lyrics. Horrible lyrics, to be honest. So yeah, that one as well. My third pick it's probably going to make a few people cross because it's Yellow Submarine. I've never really been able to stand Yellow Submarine. Don't get me wrong, love the film. I love all the imagery, the Yellow Submarine imagery. It's the song I can't stand. I don't know why. I know loads of people absolutely adore it, but it's just not for me. One thing that really annoys me is its placement on the Revolver album. What is it doing on the Revolver album? It should have just been a standalone single. Could have been a standalone single. Didn't need to be on the album. And that place between Here, There and Everywhere and She Said, that should have been filled with the song Rain. That is the only way you could make the Revolver album any better than it actually is. And they should have done it. They should have left Yellow Submarine as a standalone single. Would have been fine like that. Not put it on one of the greatest albums that was ever made. And another thing, you know, if you were to go into a pub, right, in a Beatles shirt and there was a Martian at the bar ordering a pint of beer and you walked in with your Beatles shirt, he wouldn't speak a word of English. He'd look round at you, see your Beatles shirt and go, "Ah, we all live in a yellow submarine." He'd know the words. He wouldn't know any other words of English, but he'd know the words of the Yellow Submarine. So that I find that annoying as well. So so Yellow Submarine, that is my pick. The worst three Beatles songs, just in my opinion. Okay, question number 11. What was the last Beatles product you bought? That is easy. That is the McCartney Legacy Volume 2. Just started reading it. Absolutely fantastic. Loving it. Right. What ongoing Beatles collection are you trying to complete? Well, there is only one Beatles collection that I want completed, and that is the stereo remix series. I want to see that collection completed as soon as possible. So the sooner that Apple get back on doing the remix with the deluxe box sets, the happier I'll be. That is the only collection really that I am interested in completing at this time. Show a prized possession. This is question number 3 and its story. I have shown this before. This is my copy of the CD for Electric Arguments, and on there it is signed by Paul, and that happened in 2008. It says, "To Tony, cheers, Paul McCartney, 08. And how I got this was, I basically queued up all night outside HMV in London on a freezing cold December night to get in, and I think he was probably doing maybe about 150 people, the first people in the queue. And there is a video on my channel. I've met Paul 3 times. 2 were for signings and 1 was just a random bumping into. You can find that on my channel. If you haven't seen those videos and you want to hear the story in full, I think it's called When Beatley Tone Met Macca or something like that, parts 1 and parts 2. And so that is my most treasured item, a signed CD by Paul McCartney. Okay, question number 14. Favourite Beatles product from 2024? Well, there was a few. There was a few things that I really like. I got all the US albums. Didn't buy the box set. Bought the 6 individual albums. Not the Beatles story, obviously, because nobody wants that. But did buy all the other US albums. And very, very happy with those to get those for the first time. There was also the George Harrison Living in the Material World box set, which was fantastic. But for me, the product of the year is the Mind Games box set. Now, this is the vinyl version that came in the cube, but the 6 CD with the DVD sorry, the Blu-rays was equally fantastic. But I'm very happy to have this on vinyl as well. This is the whole thing, you know, the Elements mix, the Elemental mixes, the Evolution mixes, all that on vinyl in this great big heavy box which came in the cube. So that is my favourite product of the year. Now, the final question 15, what Beatles product would you like to see coming in 2025? Well, you know, as I've said, you know, I would, you know, I want to see the next release in the stereo remix program coming out in 2025. I think it will probably be Rubber Soul, and I think it will be towards the back end of the year. But I do think that there is going to be something coming on Anthology in 2025. I think that will come earlier in the year. I think we might get a revamped Anthology, possibly. We know it's being cleaned up by Peter Jackson's team. I think that may come out earlier in the year, possibly with extra material. Let's hope so. And that is those are my hopes and thoughts of what we might get as well. So those two things. Obviously, also very, very high on my list is an archive collection of Back to the Egg and London Town. Whether that will happen, we'll have to wait and see. But I think Rubber Soul towards the end of the year, Anthology somewhere in the middle of the year. I think that's what we could be getting this year. Okay, I think that is it. That is all 15 questions done. Okay, well, all that's left to say is a big thank you to Patricia for putting together the 2025 Beatles Tag. It's been a lot of fun putting my version together, so thank you for that. If you have got a YouTube channel, please take part in the tag, and don't forget to let Patricia know that you have done an entry. And for everyone else, you know, please check out Patricia's channel and give her a sub. Okay, that is it from me. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you all very soon. Bye bye.